How to be taken seriously at work. Want clients and coworkers to take you seriously? Watch this video to find out tips and tricks that top professionals use to project verbal and physical confidence, prove their value, and connect with prominent coworkers. Learn how to command the respect you deserve as a professional and how to build credibility across the hierarchical spectrum, no matter your age, gender, or physical appearance. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. How you doing today? I'm doing fantastic, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as marvelous as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about how to be taken seriously at work. Now, this is a serious topic. A lot of folks go through work and they go to the workplace. They complain about not being seen or ignored. They're frustrated with their productivity, that their boss does not realize how productive they are or the value they're adding. So today I'm going to answer all your questions and show you how to be taken seriously at work. Number one, add value. The ultimate way to ensure you're taken seriously at work is to demonstrate how you contribute to the success of the organization. I'm not talking about just saying it. You have to prove it. You want to answer a few questions to determine the value you're adding to the organization. Is your work benefiting the customer or client? How is your work helping the organization become more effective? How does your work relate to the success of your manager, your direct boss, the company leader, or the organization at large? What metric do you use to show the effect of your work or the work of your team? Whose lives are improved because of the work you do? Now, you have to understand that a lot of employees nationwide have the mindset not only that they're going to be more successful by just saying, by showing up at work by working 9 to 5, and they also think that by just cozying up to the right people, they will advance in hierarchy. That's true to a certain extent. You have to really show the value added. If you want to gain credibility, you have to use your performance evaluations to demonstrate how your work improves client satisfaction, unit productivity or profitability, employee engagement, and the retention of valuable staff members. All right, so add value and show it. Number two, if you want to be taken seriously at work, control how you talk. When it comes to speeches, you got to think about tone and volume. Those two play a significant role in communication. If you want to sound powerful and convincing, you want to avoid using vocal fry. You have you end statements in a low, creaky register, or you want to upspeak, ending statements with a rising pitch that sounds like a question. And the high pitch is typically reserved for talking to babies and animals. You see a lot of teenagers also have that. So you have to be very careful about the tone and volume. If you have a soft voice, practice projecting so everyone in the room can hear it without straining. It's your job, remember, whenever you're talking, it's your job, not the listeners, to make sure you are as loud as you need to be. And again, please stay away from the verbal fillers such as like, okay, you know what I mean. Those fillers can undermine your credibility. It's just far more powerful if you need to stop just to be quiet for a moment. There's no problem with that. We live in a society where people are kind of scared about silence. No, silence just means that you are thinking. You are making sure you choose the right words, the right phrases. Don't ever fall into the temptation of filling that space with a noise. If you have to think, take the time to think. All right, I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Kiwi. We are still having a conversation today around how to be taken seriously. Now, I spoke to you in the first two parts of how to add value and how to control the way you talk. Now let's talk about number 3, build relationships. if you want to be taken seriously at work, you need to build relationships inside the company and outside the company. Relationships are key, not just when it comes to be taken seriously, but also when it comes to pushing your career forward. You want to earn the respect of key constituencies at work. When starting a new job, you want to set up meetings with key company leaders to learn their preferred ways of working and how you can help them achieve your goals. Now, make sure to share your expectations and standards too. Sometimes this might not be possible depending upon your level. If you're entry level, chances are you're not going to get company leaders in the same room as you. Even if you're, I would say, mid-level, you still are not going to get company leaders to sit with you. So you want to adjust the people you have in the room to your level. Either way, it's important to have that meeting so you can set expectations clearly. Watch how specific colleagues interact with others at the office and how people in general respond to their communication. If you found candidates who have important connections and good rapport within the firm, you want to ask them politely and humbly to participate in their projects and help them meet their goals, right? The overarching, I would say, objective here is to hang out with those people who already have a solid reputation. And of course, you're not doing it in an interested way, right? You're not basically cozying up to them. You're trying to learn from them. You're trying to help them out too. It's really important because those folks are going to give you opportunities to create more visibility, and they will also help you understand how the company culture works. You know, the important thing here is that you have to be strategic. You have 1,000 employees at a big company or a mid-sized company. You're not going to cozy up to all those 1,000. You have to choose 10 or 5 and use strategies to create access to those individuals so you can help them grow and help you grow. Once you have strong relationships, seek feedback from your allies about how they and others at the office perceive you to ensure everyone is taking you seriously, right? So first, you want to establish the relationship. Second, you want to seek data and intel from those connections, those relationships, so you can improve your attitude and overall posture within the firm. Number 4, you want to polish your personal presentations. Now, physical cues send strong signals to coworkers, managers, and clients. Right? People, first impression counts. Humans, we are used to making spontaneous judgments about how other people based on facial expressions, about their clothing, about the way they walk. So to create a good impression during a work meeting, you want to start with a neutral but positive facial expression. Then you can break into a smile. We just finished another show about the importance of body language. You might want to double check that also this will aid you in understanding this show, but you want to make eye contact with every person in the room, especially when you're sharing important information or giving instructions. Now, you have to be reasonable. Don't hold that stare too long. This might be interpreted into something else. It might be very sneaky or kind of aggressive, and you don't want that. So one thing that's very important is try to work on yourself in front of the mirror. Check yourself out. Do you look aggressive or intimidating? I'm talking your body, your face, your facial expressions, your overall posture. Because to project authority, it's important to take up an appropriate amount of physical space rather than shrink inward. Okay? And for instance, if you're in a conversation and you want to be taken seriously, you want to stand in direct alignment to your discussion partner with your shoulders pulled back. Because standing up to make a point during a seated meeting will automatically draw attention to what you're saying. So those are little tips you have to think about. Okay? And please, I want you to ban right now. If you are used to that, ban fidgeting. Don't fidget. Never. because fidgeting suggests nervousness. So do your best to stifle those urges. While seated, keep both feet on the floor and don't jiggle your legs. Those are for kids. Avoid playing with your hair and touching your face. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of Sweetie Cupid. We are about to wrap up today's show, and we were talking about how to be taken seriously at work. And number 5, if you just joined us or you've been listening to us for a while and you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to our channel and turn on the notification bell so we can send you, or YouTube can send you rather, all the notification about our new shows. We drop new shows, rain or shine, every single day. Comment below. Let us know your experience about are you taken seriously at work? If not, why? If yes, why? Like this content and share it. Number 5, build your brain also externally. Now, this might sound a little contradictory here, but it's not. If you want to be taken seriously at work, it also helps to have a strong reputation outside the company. Right, because people will, HR or your boss or your colleagues might Google you. Or if you're on social media, chances are you're probably among their friends already, among their contacts. So whatever activities you're engaging on social media, on LinkedIn, for example, they'll be able to see that if you post a new article or you share an article or share a video or whatever you engage in, they'll be able to see that. So build your brain professionally, and you can do so through professional networking, volunteering. This is something that a lot of folks don't know about, that volunteering is not just donating quote unquote 2 hours of your time or 3 hours of your time on a Saturday afternoon. No, a lot of business contacts get cultivated and solidified through philanthropic circuits. So the philanthropic circuits, it's very critical when it comes to professional networking. Also, you can build your brain through industry events. You can also take up a role in professional organizations, for instance, the local chamber of commerce, or if you are in a particular industry, it might be great to have some kind of executive role in a professional association. Let's say you are an attorney, you can be the treasurer of the local bar association. You can also build your brand externally through social networking. I already said that. LinkedIn, Facebook are great ones. You can also finally build your brand externally through, quotes in the press. If you've been cited in the press, that's also pretty good for your reputation. So this is it, folks. So how to be taken seriously at work. There are 5 ways to do so. Number 1, add value. Number 2, control how you talk. 3, build relationships. 4, polish your personal presentation. And 5, build your brain also externally. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you took me seriously. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.